everybody. What's up, man? It's Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. I'm in the car again, so, I don't know if it won't hold accurately. But, basically, man, I haven't done one of these in a while. I didn't want to miss it. I think it's very important that we talk about this at least once a month. Male suicide prevention. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very, very important that we touch up on this subject at least, once a month. Fuck, man, these people, they don't want to make their fucking turns. But yeah, I just think once a month we gotta talk about suicide prevention with men, because the thing is this, man, and I don't talk about it to promote it, promote suicide or whatever, but a lot of men are deleting themselves, man. A lot of men are deleting themselves. A lot of men are on the edge of deleting themselves. And I think with this black pill knowledge, with this with this Casper pill perspective of full-time ghosting, you know what I'm saying? I think that will help men avoid it, because to me, we're in a society that's basically telling a lot of men that it's the best option. You know what I'm saying? That self-deletion is a worthy cause, man. It's a worthy cause, and something you should be doing. And I think by having this stream once a month to discuss it and talk about it, we put it out there, and we deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, with everything going on, it's not gonna be rare, man. It is no longer rare that you're seeing men delete themselves and take themselves out. And I just think, man, once a month we talk about it. Get the word out. Talk about it and figure out what's going on with this issue. And now I got a better perspective on things, with this black pill 4.0, realizing that the black pill perspective and actually living a black pill lifestyle is actually a privilege. You know what I'm saying? There's so much legal aspects that got to come in play for you to even be able to be black pilled. You know what I'm saying? That's what the black pill 4.0 is about. It's realizing, oh, Ed, what's good, man? Ed and Chain, what's good, bro? What's good? It's realizing what's going on. It's realizing that the black pill is a privilege. It's a big American privilege to be able to say what you want to say and talk about what you want to talk about. But now I have a lot more better perspective on things. I'm starting to think and starting to realize, there is a way to understand why you shouldn't delete yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself this, while you're in the society and living there. You got to ask yourself, man, and I've started to realize that a lot of the men deleting themselves, it's actually a sacrificial act towards the government and the system itself. Because think about why you're stressed. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself, why are you upset in life and why are you stressed? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of men that will say, well, I can't get a wife, I can't get married. You know what I'm saying? I can't finish, I can't reach the end of what it means to be a man in my country. You know what I'm saying? I can't achieve the final goal, which is to be a father, a married man, or something like that. You know, there's a lot of men offing themselves, deleting themselves because they can't fulfill that. But you got to ask yourself, and this is why I say the black pill and, you know, the Casper pill, understanding the value of ghosting is so important. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that ghosting is not running away. You know what I'm saying? It's not running away. You know what I'm saying? It's not hiding. That ghosting is actually something very healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's very healthy that you can basically, you know what I'm saying, walk through issues. You know what I'm saying? Not even be bothered by it. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of men deleting themselves don't even understand that they're not even deleting themselves for themselves. It's not an act. It's not an act they're doing based on they've reached a point where, you know what, you just don't want to live anymore. You know what I'm saying? They don't even realize that it's not something they're doing based on something they actually want to do. Rather, it's actually them doing something on behalf of the society. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, with the amount of men on child support, with the fact that the woman in most cases will get the child over 80% of the time, you know what I'm saying? And with the divorce rate being over, you know, 80%, you know what I'm saying? Being over 80%. And then the system you're in is basically pro male destruction anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not in support of male stability. You know what I'm saying? It's really in support of male sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So when you delete yourself, there's a lot of men saying, you know, man, he deleted himself because he didn't want to live no more. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. No, man, you didn't. If that was the case, then society would not play a role in it. You know what I'm saying? Society would not play a role in it. You would just delete yourself because you just, you did it on your own presence, you know what I'm saying, on your own notions and your own thoughts. You know, instead, there's a lot of men out there deleting themselves because they can't live up to the standards. You know what I'm saying? They can't live up to the standards of a society that's really poisonous anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? When the soil is poisoned, you know what I'm saying? Why would you make any investments in that society? There's a lot of men just offing themselves thinking they're doing it on their own behalf, when in reality, these men are basically confirming that society's standards are worth more than their own life. You know what I'm saying? That's really what's going on. You're basically saying that, man, I failed. You know, I failed to live up to what this system wanted of me. So what I'm gonna do, since I failed, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. Because that's what this society is designed on. It's designed on sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? The way the West is built and designed, you know what I'm saying? Think about the narrative they put out when somebody has a family now. They say, well, you know what your father sacrificed to have you? You know what I'm saying? You know what your mother sacrificed? You know what I'm saying? To have you, you know what I mean? Like that child forced them to give birth or create them. You know what I'm saying? Everything, there's so many things that are measured on sacrifice because they don't want you to just be accepting or take accountability for your choice. I mean, you got to think about this narrative that a parent would tell their child they sacrificed to have you. You know what I'm saying? The level of a burden of that child's existence they put on that kid. You know what I'm saying? You're telling a child that didn't even volunteer, They didn't even tell you they wanted to be born. You know what I'm saying? You decided when they would be born, and you're putting the pressure of, well, I sacrificed all this stuff so you could be born. But dude, I didn't ask to be born. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, when you have a child, it isn't sacrifice. It's, yo, this is the choice you made. You made this choice to have a child, and you're gonna adjust. You're not sacrificing anything. You're adjusting to better your situation to be able to provide and protect that child. You know what I'm saying? You ain't sacrificing nothing, but the narrative, the narrative they pump out is everything sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It's sacrifice when you have a family or everything like that, because you're sacrificing your ability to just be the only one that lives on behalf of that society and that system. You know what I'm saying? But it isn't a sacrifice when you get up and do, you know, overtime or work harder, or, you know what I'm saying, work harder for the system, you know, base your whole life on it. That's not a sacrifice. That's achievement. That's drive. You know what I'm saying? If you notice a lot of the play of words they utilize, you know, oh man, he's gonna be the best athlete ever, man. Look at his drive. You know what I'm saying? Look at his drive. Oh man, he wants to be the best employee. Look at his drive. Look at his will. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the effort he put in. But when you're having a child, or, you know, deciding to have children or something like that, the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? The sacrifice. You know, there's so much play on words. You know, a lot of people don't, you know, realize what they do when they just keep pushing a narrative that they use certain words to have you in a state where you're not, you know what I mean, you're not confident in your decision, or you regret it. You know what I'm saying? So they keep this sacrifice narrative when you're starting your family or doing anything for your family or your children. It's a sacrifice rather than, you know what I'm saying, you've made your decision and this is how you're going to provide for that child. You know what I'm saying? There's no sacrifice involved. Like, did you sacrifice an animal or something? Like, what are you sacrificing? You know? But I think a lot of men are deleting themselves because they're chasing the standards of a society that isn't built on, you know, it isn't even built on natural order anymore. I mean, think about it, man. I was working on something, you know what I mean? I'll have more info on it soon, but you got to notice that when you apply for a job now, they ask you for your gender. You know what I mean? They ask you for your gender before they ask you for your sex. They don't even ask you for your sex anymore. They don't ask you if you're sexually a man, you were born a man or a woman, or what's in the middle, a hermaphrodite. They don't ask you that no more. They just ask you what's your gender. Because, dude, we're not in a society that's in support of the natural order anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a society that's in support of the natural order. You're in a society that's built on deteriorating the natural order. And then you gotta look at a man's brain. You gotta look at a man and what he's trying to do. Like the man, you know what I mean? A lot of men are suffering and having issues. You know what I'm saying? They still want the goals that are built on natural order. You know what I'm saying? You still want to be a father. You want to be you want to be present in your children's life. You still want to lead. You know what I'm saying? This is why I keep telling a lot of men in the manosphere, men in general, that, dude, the majority of men are the ones that are diluted. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that are diluted because the man is ignoring that the natural order is no longer a thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it, dude. You apply for a job, and instead of asking you to place what is your sex, male, you know, female, or the super rare case of hermaphrodite. They don't even ask you that. They ask you, what is your gender? You know what I'm saying? Even the doctors now are asking, and this is how you know the misinformation is basically we're in a pro misinformation society. Is that why would your doctor, like how could this even be legal that your doctor would rather tell you the gender of your child instead of the sex? Like how is this even an option for a doctor? You know what I'm saying? You should be the person when you're in the hospital, like, well, doc, okay, so the sex of the child is a girl, right? Okay, that's good. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's good to know because that gives me an idea of what the gender would be. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that a doctor who went to school to be a doctor, trained on biology and all that stuff, all the biological aspects of of the human body, and then you go to the hospital and the doctor's like, well, let me tell you the gender. What the fuck do you mean, man? You know what I'm saying? So you're not prioritizing the biological makeup of the child that I want to have. You're prioritizing the agenda by telling me, well, here's the gender of the baby. You know what I'm saying? Here's the gender. This is why I tell a lot of guys, man, you gotta listen to the words they use, man. The words they use. There's even that what is it called? That better help thing. You know what I'm saying? That better help. That better help. What they call that joint? Mental health, whatever. That better help. And if you look at the ad is nothing more than dipped. You know what I'm saying? It's dipped in propaganda. You watch a better help ad, and you see this person saying, "What's your gender?" and all that. Like, come on, man. How you gonna help me with mental illness by openly promoting gender and all that crap? You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna get better mentally when you're trying to tell me that the illusion of gender, me accepting this illusion, determines if I'm mentally well and mentally stable, man? You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you're in a crazy society. Oh, Steve G, what's good, man? Oh, you saw that knee touching concert, yeah. You know what I mean? We had some fun, man. We had some fun out there, bro. But yeah, but the thing is, man, they're pushing it with better help. Like when I saw that better help ad and I saw them mention gender, I was like, man, it's done, man. They're now, and I've been saying this for over a year, man. They're creating a society where, you know what I'm saying, where they want you to be thinking you're mentally ill for being normal. You know what I'm saying? The last thing they want you to accept is to be normal, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to add for what is it, better help, and they're mentioning gender. You know what I'm saying? They're mentioning gender in a ad that's supposed to be helping you mentally and helping you become more stable. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of men, man, it's a problem, but I've been saying this, man, it's gonna be normal, man. People deleting themselves is gonna be normal. It's gonna be brought up during Thanksgiving. It's gonna be brought up during Christmas because they've been advertising they won. Dude, the government and the system has won, man, because they got people celebrating you telling them their proper gender they identify as a victory. They got people celebrating something that is meaningless as a victory and as a sign that they won something. You know what I'm saying? And that basically means the government has literally the way things are designed when you remove the father and stability, you know what I'm saying? This is what you have now, man. A mentally unstable bunch of, young adults or children growing up. And now what they're doing is they're like, okay, man, we took the father out the household. We did all the steps, man. We did all the steps to destroy and deteriorate the family. You know what I mean? We did all the steps to deteriorate and destroy the family. So now we have to deteriorate their minds. We have to deteriorate their minds. Now we gotta make mental illness the biggest grift ever, man. We gotta make that grift because once you destroy somebody's mind, you can easily mold and control their body. You know what I'm saying? You control the body through the mind. So now you got athletes all talking about mental health when they're making millions of dollars to dribble and throw a fucking ball in a hoop, man. You know what I'm saying? You got millionaires talking about mental health. And the greatest thing about mental health and why it's such a big, great grift is that mental health, unlike religion, you know what I'm saying? Because they used to be hustling religion. They used to tell, I want to thank God. I want to thank whatever their religion was. That used to be the narrative. That used to be the narrative for the rich and the wealthy or people making money and having influence to manipulate the poor by saying, look, man, I owe it all to God. You know what I'm saying? They won't even explain how they got it. They're not going to tell you, well, it wasn't just God. I had some connections, some networking, the way I was born and, the connections I had. So, but the problem with thanking God is that whoever's not religious, you won't reach them. You won't reach them if you're talking about God. You know what I'm saying? But mental health, everybody has a mind. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a mind and everyone potentially has a moment where they feel weak mentally, you know what I'm saying, where they feel down. So you could prey on the majority. You could prey on the masses by targeting mental health. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is a lot easier to manipulate and control the public than a religious thing. You know what I'm saying? So what you should not be surprised to start hearing celebrities and people, influencers, and everybody making money say they're not going to start saying, I want to thank God anymore. They're going to be, I want to thank my mental health. I want to thank being mentally strong and having a strong mind and having strong mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the hustle now, man. That's the big hustle that's going on, man. Yeah, nah, you got ghosts, man. We know what it is. You got it. But, I'm going to get to that, too, why ghosting's going to help you. But you got to understand, man, the way the system is created right now, man, you know what I'm saying? The grift for your mind is the new hustle now, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of churches now will start incorporating mental health into their sermons. You know what I'm saying? Because mental health has far more appeal than God and religion. Because God and religion require that you practice that religion or you at least claim it. You know what I'm saying? Mental health? Nah, man, you don't need none of that. Mental health is the easiest. Oh, yeah, yo, the homie right there, that is solid. I got that shit right there, mind grifting. Yeah. Yo, the homie Steve G, man, I'm going to use that and I'm going to make sure I reference you. Yeah, the mind grift. Yeah, that's the biggest grift now. You know what I'm saying? The mind. Because religion is just too, it has too much segregation and too much requirements. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's the new hustle. The new hustle is like the homie said, Steve G, it's the mind grift. And the thing about the mind grift is that, man, it's going to increase the rate of, self-deletion more than ever before. Because the mind grift, if you look at it, you got strong, healthy athletes, healthy. Like dudes that should be more comfortable in their masculinity, healthy. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with them, man. They came from a good family. They're making money. They're playing the sport they love. And you hear them saying, yeah, my mental health, man. My mental health, I didn't feel that good mentally, my mental health. You know what I'm saying? So now the image they're projecting is that even a healthy person, and I mean healthy as in they had a good upbringing, they had a great life. You know what I'm saying? Now they're projecting that, yeah, that person has mental health issues, even though there's nothing wrong with them, because the mind grift is, they have to be able to break down anybody. And I said this over 2 years ago. The most dangerous wound to a man is the wound he can't see, he can't physically feel, and he can't, you know what I'm saying, he can't heal from it from a physical perspective. I mean, you see guys going to war and coming back, I forget it, yeah, PTSD, they're coming back with post traumatic stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental wound. You know what I mean? And some guys can heal from it and move on, or some guys understand that, yo, it's a part of my life, man. This PTSD I'm having, post traumatic stress disorder, it's gonna be a part of my life, because you can't erase what you've been mentally exposed to and what happened to you, the trauma. You can't erase it. So you gotta learn to live with it. You know what I mean? But now what they're doing is they saw that, no, man, we can't make money off of PTSD by saying, yo, you need to be a soldier to have mental disorders. You need to have been born mentally ill. No. Now they're seeing, man, the big money is going after the average, the healthy person, man. Convincing the healthy person that they have mental issues, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the biggest grift ever, man. It's gonna be a hustle, that the money that's gonna be made from this, and they're gonna have you literally volunteer for them to decide whether you're mentally fit or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you sign up for that, let's say you sign up for that mental health thing. You know what I'm saying? You sign up for that mental health thing, and dude, you just wanted to try it, and you just wanted to try it, and you got a psychiatrist, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That psychiatrist believes in gender, believes in all that BS. Because to me, the way I look at it is that a psychiatrist, you know what I'm saying, when it's the grift and the hustle, their job is to make you fit into the system. You know what I'm saying? There is no, what I've been telling guys is, yo, there is no right and wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? There is only opportunity. You got an opportunity to harm somebody, or an opportunity to help or leave them the hell alone. It's all measured in opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not oh, what's good outlaw, what's good, man. It's not about really helping anybody. There are no morals, man. You know what I'm saying? That whole evil and good and evil and all that stuff, that's a marketing ploy, man. It's marketing. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Whenever you think someone's done something wrong or whatever, the first word that's coming out of your mouth is evil. That dude is evil, man. That dude is possessed. That dude is evil. Rather than, yo, he had an opportunity to do something to harm somebody. You know what I mean? How did that opportunity arrive? You know what I'm saying? Why was that opportunity even available for this person to hurt somebody? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. In reality, man, there is no, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Let's say somebody left their car door open. There's an opportunity to take that car. There's an opportunity to tell them, hey, man, you left your car door open. Or there's an opportunity to just keep walking and keep moving and let another person, or let fate decide what's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. God damn, man, I fucking hate when I get stuck in traffic, man. Your fucking feet start hurting, man, because you got to keep stepping on the goddamn brake, you know? But yeah, like I was saying, man, the new grift, and shout out to the homie, man, because I'm gonna keep that posted, Steve G. I'm gonna keep that, the mind grifters, yeah, because that's the new hustle. You're gonna see it in the manosphere. I mean, I saw it with what was it? I think it was Mediocre Tutorials. Well, he had a battle with cancer. You know what I'm saying? You know, he overcame that. But I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers, man. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers all mentioning mental health. You know what I'm saying? Mental health, mental health. Oh, guys, wanted I wanted to quit, but you know, because I need to take a break off my mental health. Instead of saying, yo, man, I put out too many videos. I'm burnt out. I'm tired. That's it, man. There ain't nothing wrong with your fucking mind. Why can't you just say, yo, I upload too many videos, guys, and I'm gonna slow down. Instead, nope, they got virtue signal. I got mental health issues. My mental health. My mental health. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing that all over YouTube, all over the internet, and I've been telling people that this was gonna be the new grift. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling guys this was gonna be the new grift for a while. Fuck, man. Let me get on this side, man. Gotta park for a minute, man. Fuck, man. Fucking guys, man. Shit. Just parked for a while. Get my fucking leg's killing me, man. Somebody gets in a fucking car accident. Fucking leg. Fucking leg's killing me. Yeah, so to me, man, that's the new grift, man. The grift is it's mental health, man. That's what they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? All the celebrities, all the YouTubers are virtue signaling my mental health. My, guys, I'm gonna quit YouTube. I'm gonna stop uploading. It's for my mental health. No, man. There ain't nothing wrong with your fucking mental health, man. You're just having a burnout. You just can't keep uploading a billion fucking videos every day. You're tired. That's it. You don't have to fucking lie to people and virtue signal that you have a mental health issue. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with your fucking mental health, man. Like, how are you uploading and editing all these fucking videos every day, and now all of a sudden you want sympathy, support? Because that's the new hustle, man. The big hustle to make money now is sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Funny how, you know what I'm saying, you got guys simping, you know what I'm saying, simping with a SIMP, and now the hustle is sympathy, man. Get that sympathy money, man. That sympathy coin. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest coins out right now, man. It ain't Bitcoin. It's fucking sympathy coin, man. That's the big money maker right now. Is, oh, guys, I'm having a mental health dilemma. You know what I'm saying? And yo, the motherfucker looks healthy. He eats. He got food at his crib. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with this guy, man. But you know, that's the new. When you live in a society, as I call it, CIS. I mean CIC society. You know what I'm saying? CI. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable in chaos society. You know what I'm saying? Or as I call it, sick. CICS. You know what I'm saying? Now the new hustle is, yo, man, I'm mentally ill, man. And think about the people that are truly mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Truly depressed. And they see a perfectly healthy person. He's a father. And that's the biggest scam about the mental health grift, is that you'll see these people on YouTube say I'm mentally ill, and they got children. Like, if you know you're signaling, if you're so mentally ill that you're struggling to operate, then why do you have custody of your kids, man? You know what I'm saying? If uploading videos is causing you to have mental illness and you're feeling mentally sick and all that shit, then how the fuck are you still raising your kids, man? But you know, the grift doesn't, you know, it don't matter. Hypocrisy doesn't matter. As long as I can get that sympathy coin, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Dogecoin. You know what I mean? Fuck what is that shit? Ethereum, whatever the fuck you call it, Ethereum or whatever the fuck that shit is. Bitcoin, yo, the number one coin is sympathy coin. You know what I'm saying? You will literally have someone who's a billionaire. Well, you know, my mental health. Motherfuckers eating a lobster, you know what I'm saying, wiping his face with $1,000, right, man. Don't look at the money, don't look at my food, what I'm eating. I'm really having a mental breakdown right now. I'm mentally sick. My mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw a YouTuber, I don't remember his name, but it's a YouTuber that does a lot of Roblox. He's got like 4 point something million, 4 million subs. You got 4 million subs and you're a father of 2 children, and you're going to post online that, guys, I had a mental health breakdown. I'm struggling mentally. Like, yo, you just basically said you're unfit to be having custody of your kids. You know what I'm saying? You just said you're unfit to have custody of your kids. You got adults that are parents saying, yo, guys, I upload too many videos and I'm having a mental breakdown. Yo, the mind grift is going to be, it's already the number one hustle, man. It's the number one grift on YouTube, online. You know what I'm saying? I would say try to count, man. I would say watch your TV. Try to count. Try to see if you don't go over. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Try to see if you don't go over 25. You know what I'm saying? Times people mention mental health, man. It's being mentioned in the sports, the NBA, football, my mental health. Man, you're supposed to be strong gladiators. My mental health. My mental. My mental health, dude. You're a football player, bro. You're eating, you made it. Like, what do you mean you got a mental health issue? And a lot of these guys, a lot of these people saying they got mental health issues don't get that. You basically just signaled that it's perfectly okay for, you know, the cops or somebody to come get you. Like, you're not mentally fit. You know what I'm saying? And these people that are saying my mental health, they're literally parents of children. Like, they got kids. And they'll openly say, I got mental health issues, man, from uploading some fucking videos on YouTube. And to me, I've seen it. What is it? I was watching, and I could name some of them I've seen do it. I've seen Max Dudes, who I was watching, who posts videos on fighting games. He said, yeah, and this is a man who's a father, you know what I'm saying? Who's a father with a kid who's going to say, yeah, guys, I got to slow down my mental health. That's sympathy, man. The number one seasoning right now, the number one seasoning, you know what I'm saying, is sympathy. It's the number one seasoning all over these fucking videos. It's the number one element. I saw the Max Dudes video, and he's like, yeah, guys, I had to stop. And you saw it. It looked like he was acting. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to get a little video time where he zoomed in. He looked like he was sad, like he was about to cry. Guys, I've been having a mental breakdown. I'm really sad and uploading all these videos every day for you. I just, dude, you chose to upload all these videos, man. You know what I'm saying? And another thing they try to do is, I don't know if I'm using the word right, but they try to gaslight. Maybe I'm using the word right. I could never fully, you know what I'm saying, understand the gaslighting thing, but a lot of these people try to gaslight their fans and their supporters. Like, you should feel guilty because this motherfucker uploads 3 to 5 videos a day. Like, you gotta feel guilty because he made a choice to upload 4 to 5 videos. And the funny thing about this whole mental health scam is that these people, some of these YouTubers are literally millionaires, man. You're worth millions of dollars and you're bitching about uploading some fucking videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Or Pars, what's good, man? I'm on the road. You know what I'm saying? And they're bitching like it's your fault. It's your fault that I'm uploading 5 to 3 videos a day. It's your fault I don't get to spend time with my children because I got to upload videos to satisfy you savages. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, man. When you watch this shit on the internet, you're just like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, you know what I mean? How are these people this stupid, man? How are you this stupid and this desperate for attention that you're fucking claiming you got mental health issues for sitting on your ass and uploading some fucking videos to YouTube? You know what I mean? This shit is crazy, man. That's how deep the grift is, man. Like the homie Steve G said, the mind grift. You know what I'm saying? The mind grift is all over, man. Because they've broken society down, man. You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling guys, there's a lot of men in the manosphere. Like I said, man, the lesser pillar community has been wrong. You'll hear red pillars saying, we need the nuclear family back. No, dude, the nuclear family was literally the point of destruction. It was the point of destruction of the family, the extended family. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the meaning of the nuclear family, it literally means to walk away from your extended family and just have a focus of, well, my kids see their mom and their dad. That's all they need to see. They don't need to see their uncles. They don't need to see their grandparents. All they need in this world is mom and dad. That is insane, man. That is, and then you'll hear these people raising their kids in a nuclear family say, yo, man, my kids don't appreciate their family. They don't love their family. Like, you know, it's like they don't even care about their family. You know what I'm saying? How can they care about their family when all they're allowed to see is fucking mom and dad? You know what I'm saying? That's literally all they're allowed to have in their life with the fucking nuclear family narrative. You know what I'm saying? And a nuclear family, the whole reason they promoted the nuclear family was to destroy the filtering ability that your extended family had. You know what I'm saying? When a kid grows up around their entire family, uncle, grandpa, and all of them, guess what happens, man? It's a lot harder for the media and the government to literally program them with propaganda. You know what I'm saying? The extended family is literally the kryptonite. It's the kryptonite of propaganda and, you know what I'm saying, propaganda against a child. Because guess what? They always have a filter. They always have their grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Mom and dad ain't here, I'm going to go chill with grandpa. Or grandpa ain't here, I'm going to go chill with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go chill with my cousins. There's always something for you to do to be around your family and to be influenced by them. You know what I'm saying? You take that away with the nuclear family, now that kid is grown up and all they've grown up is seeing television. Their whole life is, you know what I'm saying, what has the TV taught me? You know what I mean? That's what happens to them. What has the TV taught me? You know what I'm saying? And they just sit down on a TV station. You know, that was the whole goal. That was the whole goal of the whole fucking nuclear family. That's why they promoted it so heavy. They had to promote the nuclear family mad heavy as like the only sign that you're a successful family man. And think about it. The narrative was the sign that you're the most successful family man is you deprive your children access to their grandparents and their extended family. That was the sign that you're a successful great father, is that you can guarantee you can guarantee that your children haven't seen their grandparents, haven't seen their uncle, they haven't seen their uncle in fucking years. You know what I'm saying? That's what made you successful, is that you can guarantee that they haven't seen their extended family. You know what I'm saying? They haven't seen their extended family in years. That's what made you such a great father. You know what I'm saying? Your kids can literally see, yo, I haven't seen my uncle in like 3 years. I haven't seen my uncle in 3 years. Oh, you're good, son. You still see your old man. You still see your mom every day. You know what I mean? You don't need to see your other family. That's all the nuclear family was, man. The nuclear family was literally about, you know what I'm saying, about engraving in the mind of men that they have to take their children away from their extended family. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole goal of the nuclear family. That's why I've been telling people for over like 2 years, that, dude, the nuclear family was actually all about deteriorating the family. You know what I'm saying? It was about destroying the family. It wasn't about making the family stronger. I mean, think about it. Think about what you celebrate if you live in a nuclear family. Think about it. You only see your extended family during Thanksgiving. Think about this, man. Think about that. You only see your extended family during Thanksgiving and during some fucking reunions or something. You know what I'm saying? This is when you see your family, reunions and Thanksgiving. Christmas is more of a direct family, family, what they call that word, family holiday. It's when you spend time with your direct family. You know what I'm saying? Your son and your children, you know what I'm saying? Your children. While something like Thanksgiving is when you invite the whole family over, you know, your uncle, your nephews, they're all coming. You know what I'm saying? They're all coming to see you during Thanksgiving. Think about that. Think about how psychologically fucked up you are, man. How psychologically fucked up you are that you think it's a positive thing that you have not seen your extended family until fucking Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, when people see their extended family, it's Thanksgiving and what? A family barbecue or something like that? I guess Thanksgiving and a barbecue. That's when you see your extended family. You know, Thanksgiving, a barbecue, maybe New Year's, maybe in New Year's. I don't really think you do see your family during New Year's. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What was that? Yeah, it was Full House, a nuclear family. Yeah, well, Full House, I mean, if you look at Full House, I don't remember the story. In Full House, did his wife die or like, I don't remember. I just remember in Full House that it was just the father and his kids. Because I think his wife died in Full House. I'm not sure. I don't remember why you never had the mom there. I don't think it was a divorce. I think in Full House, the mother died. You know what I'm saying? The mother died in Full House. You know what I'm saying? I'm not 100% sure. But I think something like what was that show? You got The Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? The Simpsons. And think about The Simpsons, where his grandpa. Think about what they do with The Simpsons. They got Homer as a dumbass father and make him as dumb as possible. Then they have his grandfather as insane as possible. So they're basically promoting that the father can't lead the household and you should stay away from your grandparents because they're old and outdated and they have nothing to offer the current generation. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how they advertise it. It's all about destroying the extended family. Like if you watch The Simpsons, I don't think Homer's dad is, unless his mom died. I don't remember what happened to Homer's mom. You know, I think his mom is estranged from his dad or something. I don't remember what happened in The Simpsons, you know. But if you look at certain shows, a lot of shows, even what was it, Love and Marriage? Love and Marriage, I don't ever remember seeing his grandparents. I don't remember seeing you know, Al Bundy's father in the life of his kids. You know, their grandparents. No, dude. The whole goal, if you think about your life right now, the narrative has always been that your extended family is a problem. They always present the grandfather, the grandparents as either insane, extremely outdated, extremely, even when it doesn't make sense, they make the grandparents extremely conservative when the time period doesn't match. Like if your grandpa grew up in the 50s during rock and roll, he was dancing with Elvis and all that shit, like he won't be that extremely conservative. Like he grew up with Elvis. He grew up rock and rolling, dancing to the devil's music. So how can the grandparents be that crazy conservative in the 80s? You know what I'm saying? If you watched a lot of 80s films or something like that, dude, their grandparents were dancing to rock and all that stuff in the 50s. The reason they present the grandparents as so extreme is that it would go against the narrative. It would go against the narrative of destroying the extended family. You know what I'm saying? It would go against that narrative of destroying the extended family. You know what I'm saying? That's why they present it that way. A lot of people don't see what's going on, man. And this is why we're in the situation we're at, where self deletion, you know what I mean? Self deletion is becoming as easy and promoted as though peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Self deletion is like social peanut butter and jelly. Oh my, well, you know, I woke up the next day and he just deleted himself. Oh, he just did it. He just did it like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're promoting this shit like it's making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Deletion. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men and a lot of people in their families, you know what I'm saying? I've been around it a lot, man. I've seen, you know what I mean? I've been, you know, I won't give too many details, but man, I lost somebody close to me because of that self deletion. You know what I'm saying? That self deletion stuff, man. You know what I mean? I lost somebody close to me because of that. You know, good person I was super close with, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's being promoted. It's being promoted like it's a normal thing because it's really the thing about this with the deletion, the pro deletion narrative, telling men they're toxic, like your existence is toxic. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do you do with toxins? Don't you wash toxins away? Don't you eliminate them? You know what I'm saying? They're programming your subconscious to look in the mirror and say, "Yup, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm straight. Yep, I'm toxic. I'm toxic masculinity, man. You know, the world is better off with less toxins. You know what I'm saying? We got pollution and all this stuff, carbon emission and all that stuff. Even though a lot of that is a scam. You know what I mean? They don't want to talk about they don't plant enough trees. They don't want to talk about the companies that are burning stuff. They don't want to talk about literally, you know what I'm saying, bottles of water being literally drowned and poured into the fucking Amazon. They don't want to talk about that, but they want to talk about some other bullshit. Or your carbon footprint. You know what I'm saying? Your carbon footprint or your carbon emission. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about all that BS, but they don't want to tell you the rest. You know what I'm saying? All this self-deletion stuff, it's really a celebration, man. It's a celebration that the government, the corporations, you know what I'm saying? They've won. They've won, man. That's the narrative. First, we get the men to literally celebrate, I forget the word. What the fuck is that word? when you keep someone away from something. What is that word? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'll just use. You know what I mean? They literally got men celebrating distancing themselves from their extended family, distancing themselves. You know what I'm saying? They had that. That's how they won, man. And I think what was it? The 1950s was the big push for the nuclear family. And where do most men in the manosphere want to go back to? The 1950s. You know what I'm saying? The 1950s is where these men want to go back to. The very era where they were celebrating and making a nuclear family as the biggest form of success, which is distancing yourself from your extended family. You know what I'm saying? Where they literally propped it up that the most successful men are the ones that are no longer branched or attached to their extended family. And then what do? They turn extended families into a holiday where they can profit commercially. They turn the extended family to Thanksgiving, the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my brother, yo, yeah, it is, yo. Alienation, man. They make a lot of men celebrate alienating themselves from their extended family. Alienating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you don't even know, bro. There are grandparents that are crying, like in tears, because they can't even see their grandkids, man. In literally tears, man, because they can't access their grandkids, and then their son, their child. Think about it. You raise somebody. Think about it. You a grandparent. They raised their son. They raised their daughter. They took care of them, and then their son and their children have kids, and they won't allow them to be in the life of their own grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? They won't even allow them to be in the life of their own grandchildren, man. This is how sick shit has become, man. And what is it? When do they celebrate? Well, don't worry, you'll see your grandparents. You'll see them during Thanksgiving. You'll see them during Thanksgiving. So once a year, you'll see your grandparents. You know what I'm saying? You'll see your grandparents once a fucking year, man. You know what I'm saying? And that should be celebrated as an achievement and as a moral positive thing that your kids get to see their grandparents once a fucking year. You know what I'm saying? Once a year during a commercial holiday when you're shopping and spending mad money. You know what I'm saying? That's when your kids should see their grandparents. You know what I'm saying? When you could spend money. When you can spend money. That's why I'm telling guys, everything has become commercialized, man. The word family, everything is commercial, man. Everything. Everything is commercial. Dating, relationships, everything has become commercialized, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no more personal times and all that crap. No, man. Everything has been commercialized. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see what is it? You know what I'm saying? A dude tries to talk to a girl in the park. In the park he tries to talk to her, and they advertise that as him being a stalker, a weirdo. He tries to talk to a girl in broad daylight. He's a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? They say he's a weirdo. They say he's a stalker. They say he's a danger. He's a danger to her and all that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys think, oh man, that's a positive thing that they're saying. You try to pick up a woman or you try to talk to a woman that, you know what I'm saying? It's actually correct. It's right that they suggest that you're a threat and you're being dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You're being dangerous. When guys don't realize that, it's marketing, man. It's marketing, boy. Yo, bro, it's my man. It's marketing. The reason you got to think about it, man. Let me see. Ed Unchained question. So did the nuclear family give birth to latchy kids in Gen X? No. What the nuclear family did, and Gen X is literally the example of the destruction of the family, is the reason Gen X was so radioactive, you know what I'm saying? Grunge, sad, and all this stuff is because, they didn't have their grandparents. They didn't have their grandparents to latch onto. Like I said this over 2 years ago. I'm going to give you the very reason why not having grandparents will destroy your children. Why not having access to their grandparents and to their older family members is a fuel for their destruction. You know what I'm saying? And the reason it's fuel for their destruction is that you can't relate to your kids, man. You can't relate to your children until they become about 18, until they become about 13 years old. Let's say 13. Let's just say 12 to 13 is when you can relate to your children. So that means your children have been growing up in a void. They've been growing up without direction, without anything until they reach that age. You know what I'm saying? Because what grandparents do is that your grandparents remember you when you were young and you were little. So your mom remembers you when you were about 4 to 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? 3 years old. They remember how you were behaving. So they actually can point out and identify how closely to your behavior pattern your children are acting when they don't have their grandparents around to point that out. Like, let's say your son is 5 years old and, he runs around the house. He likes to throw his toys at people. You know what I'm saying? The father will be, yo, son, calm down. You know what I mean? Stop running around like that. The grandparents will be, oh my God, he's just like you. He's just like you when you were young, when you were little. He's got all this energy. He's running around. The way to help him out is give him something to do, like give him a sport, give him an activity, because he's just like you when you were 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? The grandparents can identify and keep your children on the path towards who you are. And they can identify the negative and the positive. You know what I'm saying? That's what the grandparents are. Gen X are the generation that successfully grew up when it was normalized to not have the extended family at all. You know what I'm saying? Some of them did have their extended family, but a lot of them didn't, man. Gen X was when it was finalized that it's weird. It's strange that your grandfather's in your house like that. It's weird that grandma's in the house. It's weird that your grandma lives with you, man. Lives with your mom and stuff. That's weird. It's weird that your father inherited his grandfather's house, your grandfather's house instead of buying his own. It's weird that he wants to keep this house in the family instead of getting his own. You know what I'm saying? It became normalized, the destruction of the extended family. And if you look at a lot of things, man, you look at everything that's going on, everything's become commercialized. And a lot of people don't even realize how commercialized think about it. Think about it. I'll give you an example. A hot woman is walking across the street and you whistle like, oh man. You're like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's basically you abusing her. That's you being sexist. But if you're at a bar, if you're at a social event, that's to get her attention. You know what I'm saying? I could never whistle with my hand or whatever, but you go, you know what I'm saying? You tell her, come here. You know what I'm saying? That's you getting her attention. At the bar, you whistle at her. You're trying to get her attention. You know what I'm saying? That's not creepy. That's not weird. because you're in a commercial setting. You're in a setting where someone can make money off of you, your interaction between you and a woman. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, it's become promoted that any any location beyond a point of commercialization and profiting, it's weird. It's wrong. It's wrong for you to be on the train. You know what I'm saying? You're in front of a woman, you trying to talk to her. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? That's creepy. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? But if you're at a bar, if you're at a party or at an event, that's normal. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Even though when you're at a party, you're both still strangers. Yes, it's a more social environment, but when did socializing have to be accompanied by commercial, by profit? You know what I'm saying? They've basically promoted that it's wrong, it's weird that you want to socialize with somebody outside of a scenario where money is involved. You know what I'm saying? Where someone can profit. You know what I mean? Give me a minute. I gotta fix my car. Shit. Give me a second. Fuck, man. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? I gotta fix it. But yeah, but they advertise that it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Why does this person want to socialize outside of a bar, man? You know what I mean? Why do you want to talk to a woman you don't know outside of a bar? You know what I'm saying? That's weird. That's weird that you want to socialize outside of a facility where people can make money. That is very weird that you find a woman attractive. That's very weird that you find a woman attractive and you want to talk to her and you're not at a bar. You know what I mean? You're not at a bar. You're not at an event. You know what I'm saying? What they've done successfully, if they've basically commercialized socializing. You know what I'm saying? They've commercialized it. Where if you're not in a commercial setting where profit can be made, you're wrongfully trying to socialize. You know what I'm saying? You're wrongfully trying to socialize. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't notice that, man. That's the beauty of this black pill, man. That's the greatness of it, is trying to analyze everything from a mathematical, trying to analyze and understand how everything fits in. You know what I'm saying? They did a whole campaign. They did an entire campaign, man. You know what I'm saying? In the 2010s, an entire campaign on destroying socializing outside of profit and a commercial location. They did an entire campaign whistling at a woman crossing the street. Oh my God, he's so sexist. He's so misogynist. Oh man, he tried to talk to her while they were walking in the park in broad daylight. Oh my God, what a weirdo, what a perv. You know what I'm saying? They've demonized any level of socializing where it's not a commercial setting. You know what I'm saying? It's not a commercial setting. You're a perv, you're a misogynist, you're a sexist, you're a danger to her life. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're both two adults in broad daylight, you know what I'm saying? In broad daylight, you trying to socialize with someone, you trying to connect to them. Oh man, that's wrong. That is wrong of you. That's bad behavior of you, man. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you trying to talk to a woman, you know what I'm saying, outside of the bar? What's wrong with you trying to talk to another person outside of a commercial setting? What the hell's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, what's good with you, man? You know what I mean? What the hell's wrong with you? Outside of a commercial setting. How dare you? How dare you, man?
outside of a business. Try to socialize. The 2010s, that's why I say, man, I used to say, the 2010s, it's the over age, but, that slash, it's the sick, it's sick. You know what I mean? We're in the six, the sick, man. CI, what I mean? You guys start memorizing this, man. CICS, comfortable in chaos society. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable in chaos society, or you could even flip it and say comfortable in commercial society. That's it. Or comfortable in consumer society, well, whatever you want to call it. But this is the society we live in, man. It's no longer normal. You know what I'm saying? They demonize you for trying to do anything normal. You know what I'm saying? Normal. That's why a lot of men are, especially a lot of men, because men buy into it, man. Men will own up to it, you know what I mean, to their own destruction, because men are naturally disposable, man. We're naturally disposable. And, we take pride in being disposable because we understand that if you're not disposable, you won't be able to achieve some goals, man. You have to be disposable. You know what I'm saying? That archaeologist, what would they call it? Archaeologist, you know what I'm saying, that found a T-Rex bone after 10, 15 years in the jungle, he found a rare dinosaur bone. He was disposable, man. He disposed his life. You know what I mean? Because when you focus on something, you got to be disposable, man. Being disposable comes with the territory, man. You know what I mean? It comes with it. You have to be disposable. You know what I mean? To achieve your goals. You know what I mean? When you're chasing your goals, and if you fail, you know what I mean? Failure could be death, man. But you're fine with it. You're like, I'm all right, I'm good with it. That's the price. That's the price I'm willing to pay to achieve this goal. I'm willing to sacrifice my entire life. That's the meaning of manhood, is disposability. You have to be disposable. You were born disposable. You know what I mean? Think about it. You know what I mean? You don't have a period. You don't have that time of the month. You don't have heat flashes. You know what I'm saying? You're literally designed to, is the mission, and I could focus. As long as I get some food, some shelter, some provisions, and some room to be strategical about, I'll achieve it. I'll achieve it. I'm a man. I was designed for this, man. That's why a lot of men aren't into these films where they literally write the role of a man for a woman, where you're like, okay, she's displaying the strength that only men have. You know what I'm saying? You want me to escape and find being strong through weakness. You know what I'm saying? Then you're telling me she's a successful spy. She literally, you know what I'm saying? She literally sat out for over 8 months, you know what I'm saying, to get the mission done. And we know women have periods. So you're telling me she didn't bleed that entire 8 months? So you're telling me for 8 months she was a man. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, man. It's insanity right now. You know what I mean? So they're attacking the men at all points, man. At all points, the men are being disposable, man. They're being attacked where you don't have a father in your life, so there's no stability there. But beyond having a father in your life, you didn't have a extended family. You know what I'm saying? You might have not had an extended family. Then you have this whole push for mental illness. You're being told you're toxic masculinity. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. Think about them young dudes, man. Think about that dude that was 10 years old. Like, the Me Too thing and all this whole toxic masculinity crap, it didn't affect us guys that are millennials. It didn't affect us guys who grew up like, yo, I grew up watching wrestlers. I grew up watching Jean-Claude Van Damme. I grew up seeing soldiers. I grew up watching films about Vietnam. Like, I grew up seeing men being normal, being men. Now think about that kid who was 12 years old, man, 12 or 10 years old, and everything they turn on, Me Too, toxic masculinity, misogyny, like, their entire childhood was literally listening and hearing just how toxic and how poisonous they are, man. And then you're surprised that at 18 years old, he deleted himself. Come on, man. He deleted himself at 18 when he grew up literally watching films and, the future, the force is female, the future's female. Like literally his entire childhood was telling him that, yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go, man. He's got to be deleted. In fact, him deleting himself, he's doing the society a favor. You know what I'm saying? He's making one less man in this world. This is good. You know what I'm saying? His whole childhood, then you got to think he's growing up where his school is teaching him gender roles and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So from 10 years old till about 18, he's been fed nothing but anti-male rhetoric, you know what I'm saying? Anti-male propaganda. Then at home, he might have a broken home. You know what I'm saying? Then he turns on TV. The narrative is that, you know what I'm saying, they're celebrating a mom. A mom could be a dad too. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, yo, she could play both roles. And you're like, what the fuck, man? This dude is growing up in absolute mental destruction. Then he's being told he needs to be more in touch with his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, it is absolute mental destruction. You know what I'm saying? Then one day he grows up, like one day he's playing Call of Duty, he just puts the game down and he has a nervous breakdown, man. A nervous breakdown that's the buildup of a decades, years of not being comfortable in his own skin. You know what I'm saying? It finally happens and he implodes. You know what I'm saying? He implodes and then just deletes himself. You know what I'm saying? Just grabs that wrist knife, the last necktie, you know what I'm saying? The rope necklace, whatever you want to call it. He takes that and finally deletes himself. Then you watch the TV, and what does the TV say? Well, he grew up in a single mother household. He grew up in a society. He grew up where he was bullied. Now, I mean, let's not mention how the entire TV network literally plays anti-male rhetoric, misinformation. Let's not bring up the fact that they're still saying, well, men and women don't make the same amount of money. There's no equal pay. Let's not bring this up that this is what his mind had to face since he was 10 years old. Let's not bring that up. Let's just simplify it and say, well, he grew up in a single mother household. That was his only issue. That was his only problem. Let's not bring up the role the media played. Let's not bring up the role the media played. Let's not bring up none of that. Let's not bring up the fact that he grew up, he never, he was alienated from his grandparents. Let's not bring up none of that. Let's just simplify it. You know what I'm saying? Simplify it and make it easier on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? By just saying, yep, it was just his single mother upbringing. You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was the only problem in his life. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing else. There was nothing else. There was no other problems there. You know what I'm saying? It was just his single mother upbringing. You know what I'm saying? It was not the constant piling of narrative telling him to delete himself, telling him the world would be better if he deleted himself. Him going to school being mistreated when it comes to his grades. You know what I'm saying? The constant, mental mind games. You know what I'm saying? To destroy his mind, like the homie Steve G said, man, the mind grift. You know what I'm saying? Mind grifting his brain, destroying his mind to the point where he physically has no more value in himself. He looks in the mirror and sees something he hates. Then imagine if he's growing up in a single mother household, his father being talked negative about. You're just like your father. You're just like your father. He's evil. You know what I'm saying? And this is half of his being. This is half of who he is. You know what I'm saying? This is half of who he is. He's got to live and breathe, always being half of his father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's a negative. Then he's only looking at his mother beating him and, you know what I'm saying, emasculating him. You know what I mean? He'll either grow up to be an overly emotional woman. The homie Mike, man. Mike was good, bro. Yeah, man. AMS, man. Anti-male society. They want us divided. Make the women think men are evil. Say men have all the privilege. They know what they are doing. Yeah, divide and conquer. Well, I mean, it's deeper than that. What a lot of men need to understand is, you know, this is why I say you got to be black. You got to analyze everything. What happened to the women is this, man. They gave the women a position they just biologically are not designed for. And that's the role of a man. You know what I'm saying? That's being given the very decisions, the very power that a man has. And they biologically and mentally, it's not compatible. You know what I'm saying? It's not compatible. So what you'll see is what is it? Let's use the divorce rate as an example. So 8 out of 10 women will self-destruct and destroy the stability they have around them. You know what I'm saying? 8 out of 10 because their emotions are what leads them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you got a society literally advertising to her that if her man doesn't bring these numbers, if he doesn't do this, if he doesn't do that, destroy him. You know what I'm saying? Her emotions, a constant barrage of advertisement that is literally designed to grip what controls women is their emotion. You know what I'm saying? It ain't their fault. They were designed that way. Their emotions, because they're not designed to be strong enough. They're not the stronger sex. You know what I mean? The reason men aren't so emotional is that, dude, we can depend on our physicality. You know what I'm saying? Our physicality, we can depend on. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we not gonna depend on emotion. You know what I'm saying? We're men. We're the strongest sex. So, our emotions will always be second, last, you know what I mean? Not even secondary. You know what I'm saying? It'll always be the last option is to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the ability in being the stronger sex to, okay, if I'm not physically stronger than the next man, I might be mentally smarter than him. So I'll strategically, you know what I mean, outmaneuver him and outperform him. You know what I'm saying? If last case scenario, you know what I'm saying, I'll get over emotional and look like I'm insane or unstable so that other man could leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone, man. You know what I'm saying? For men, emotion is the last choice. It's the last tactic. If all else fails, I remember seeing a video on World Star Hip Hop where this guy, man, he would go around. It was a prank, but what he would do is, man, he'd just take off his clothes during a fight. He'd take off his clothes during a fight, and other men would be like, I ain't fighting him. I ain't fighting a man that's naked. I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? For men, emotion is a strategy to imply that I'm mentally unstable. And the most dangerous man, the man you can't read, is a man who's operating on emotion and he's unstable, man. You can't read him, and it becomes extremely dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It becomes extremely dangerous for you to face a man that has lost his mind. And for you to fight him when you already know, his mind is gone. He's already lost. His mind is gone. You know what I mean? What can I do to him that, life hasn't already done to him? He's lost his fucking mind. He's already lost. He's walking around as a loser. His mind is gone. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing. There's no victory in facing someone who's mentally gone. He can't even acknowledge that I beat him. He's mentally gone. Like he can't even acknowledge that I defeated him. So what's the point in fighting a man where his mind is gone? His mind is no longer there. There's nothing to win. There's nothing to win there. That's why a lot of men will incorporate that like, yo, man, that dude is crazy. That man has lost his mind. You don't know what the fuck he'll do. You know what I'm saying? So you leave him the fuck alone. You know? The first scam is telling women, the homie Mike Temper, the first scam is telling women that they are no different from a man mentally and biologically. That then leads to the thought of women basically wanting to be men to leave so-called oppression. If you even say women are more emotional and better with kids than men are, people bite your head off. Yeah, I mean, oh, the gender scam, man. The gender scam is big. And the thing is this, women know, man. Women know they're not equal to men, man. They know it. They already know that, but it's a sympathy thing, man. It's a attention thing. The way the thing's written is they'll give you more attention. I mean, look at this Jonathan Majors thing, man. Look at what happened after Me Too, man. One woman will say this man harmed her, he hurt her. Then a herd of other women will just jump in. He did it to me too. Give me attention. Pay attention to me. Yeah, he did it to me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. You know what I'm saying? It's an attention thing, man. Women already know they're not equal to men. If women really believe that, more women will be out late at night. You know what I'm saying? More women would openly start fights with men in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? They would be as antagonistic and physically, you know what I'm saying, violent towards men as possible. But they all know. A woman will look at a man and already know, man. She don't even need to look. She already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not on the same playing field. It's not an equal playing field, man. But the narrative, the way the media works with this fake, because the thing about the internet, the biggest scam about the internet is you can fake the numbers, man. People will watch a video on YouTube and say, oh, it's got millions of views. It's got millions of views, man. He got 5 million and went viral. How do you know these are real numbers? How can you confirm? Can anyone confirm, even my own videos, can anyone confirm that I'm truly having these numbers? Like I truly have 500, I truly have 1,000 people that watch some of my videos. Like how can anyone confirm, man? The biggest scam of the internet is the ability to artificially create. I forget how they call it. People that come out with a torch. They come out with a torch. They don't call them an outrage group. I forget the word when people. Yeah, lynch mob. There it is, a lynch mob. The biggest scam of the internet is you can artificially create a lynch mob. You can artificially create a mob. You know what I'm saying? You'll go watch a video and you'll be like, yo, he's got hundreds of thousands of people on his stream watching him. Yo, 100,000 people like this video. Believe it. Numbers never lie. Notice what they say, man. You know what I'm saying? There's so much power in, words. Shout out to MD. MD would always say this, words. There's so much power in it. You know what I'm saying? They would always tell you numbers never lie. Think about that. A whole generation has been raised on that scam. Numbers never lie. That's a scam, man. That in itself is a scam. What do you mean numbers never lie? So you're telling me if you show me the numbers, they can't be manipulated, they can't be artificially created? You're telling me because someone has 1 million views on their YouTube channel that I must believe without a shadow of a doubt that these numbers are genuine, because numbers never lie. I mean, no one can buy views. No one can have screening bots. Like there's literally, I mean, one thing AI is doing, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make smarter bots, man. Smarter bot accounts. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine a bot that can create its own proxy server, that can access proxy servers, that can actually, like right now with Chat GPT, it can actually tell, you know, that thing that asks, am I a human? You know what I'm saying? It can actually do that, man. It can actually do that. Oh, the homie Nezzy Nez was good. Meanwhile, there's books that teach how to lie with statistics. Woo! Damn, how to lie with statistics, man. You know what I'm saying? So they'll tell you, man, look, look at, Maximilian Dudes, man. He got over 500,000 views in less than an hour on a video where he talks about his mental health, his mental issues, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's got over 2 million, he's got over 1 million subs. If Maximilian Dudes has mental health issues, and he's a father with a child, he's married. If he has mental health issues, then you have mental health issues. You're in denial. You have mental health issues too, man. Because if Paul George, a successful NBA player, underperforms because of mental health issues, then you, a lesser being, a person who didn't make it to the NBA, a person who isn't a high jumping super athlete, then you have mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the hustle, man. I gotta put the homie Stevie G, man. The mind grifters, man. The mind grifting is literally the buildup. Everything was done. The nuclear family, you know what I'm saying? No fault divorce. Everything was done in pursuit of the mind grift. The mind grift, man. It is the most successful grift ever done. You know what I'm saying? The greatest business plan is to perfectly have a healthy person admit there's something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? That is the greatest hustle. The greatest hustle is to convince someone healthy that they are ill. You know what I'm saying? That is the greatest hustle, man. That's the greatest business achievement ever. To literally have someone that's perfectly healthy come to you and say, I'm mentally ill. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. I don't know what. I don't know why. I'll go to work. I'm respectful, but I know there's something mentally wrong with me. Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? To have a perfectly healthy person volunteer for you to decide their fate, man. You know what I'm saying? That is the mental grift. It's the strongest grift happening right now, man. You can't go to YouTube. I would say I challenge you, man. I challenge you to search mental health on YouTube and filter it based on the highest votes. I've seen mad YouTubers come out and say, yeah, man, I'm stopping making videos for my mental health. Like, dude, one after another. It's the new hustle, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you, just like it used to be religion. It used to be, you'll see this celebrity who's a multi-billionaire, great businessman say, I owe it all to God. You know what I'm saying? I owe it all to God. And the poor people would be, well, I believe in God. So, I guess, we're all God's children. So, if he could do it, I could do it. Because all he did was believe in God. And look at him. He's a billionaire. I can relate to him. I can relate to that billionaire because he believes in God. I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest grift. We don't have to tell them how we made this money. We just need that poor person to believe that it was an act of God. You know what I'm saying? But now religion isn't working anymore, man. More people in the United States are really there's a lot of fake religious people. People that will, just say, "Yo, what are you?" "Oh, I'm a Christian, bro." "What are you, dude?" "Yeah, I'm a Christian." "How are you a Christian?" "Well, man, I said it. I said I'm a Christian, so I'm a Christian." You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Burning Man. Let's go to Burning Man where we burn this man, bro. Or you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dress up as the devil for Christmas or something, for Halloween, because I'm a Christian. You know what I mean? I'm a Christian, bro. You know what I mean? The biggest posers now is religion. Religious posers, man. That's all over, man. You know what I mean? That's everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? You could just say, "Yeah, dude, I'm a Christian, bro." Oh, well, okay. Then you look up that person's actions. It's a complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Religion ain't as popular anymore, man. The problem with religion and why the mind grift is a far better grift is that religion has standards, it has requirements. You know what I'm saying? It has requirements. You gotta meet requirements to be in a religion. But the mind grift, oh, you meet it all. You just need a mind. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a mind, you qualify for us to hustle this mind grift, to hustle this mental illness. Because everyone feels down at some point. Everyone gets, and even though it's not even depression, like they're hustling, the mind grift is, yo, man, this shit is, man, what they're doing with that mind grift is legendary. Because, they've convinced everyone that everything's depression, man. Everything. You know what I'm saying? You just feeling down a little, oh, that's depression. It can't just be you're feeling down. You know what I'm saying? You're just feeling down. Like you just got a moment where you feel down. No, man, you're depressed. Mental illness, bro. I suffer from mental illness. You know what I mean? When my team doesn't win the football game, I get really mentally ill, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the hustle, man. It's the grift, bro. The mind grift, the mental grift is real. It's gonna be, it's the biggest grift going on now. It's the most supported grift all over YouTube. You'll get views. You'll get millions of views. You'll see the top YouTuber, person who's got millions in the bank account or just succeeding at life or whatever. "Oh, dude, I got mental ill. Yo, I'm feeling mentally ill, bro." You know what I'm saying? Mental illness, bro. I can't be uploading videos no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, "Dude, I'm burnt out." But let's get back, man. But like I'm saying, man, a lot of men are struggling with the deletion. You know what I'm saying? Because they're investing in a society that, in all honesty, if it isn't business, because the beauty of America now, America has become a great, for men, it's absolute business, man. It is absolute business, man. That's why you see there's so many promotions, so many guys telling you, "I can make you a millionaire. I can make you this. I can make you that," because that's the only level of fulfillment you can honestly do with the least amount of risk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get a false accusation case. You're not gonna get dragged to Instagram. Like, I mean, think about it. If you have a failed startup company, if you failed with a company, what happens? You failed. That's it. You fail and you try again. That's it, man. You fail in a relationship. Well, it depends on that level of failure. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how much you failed. You know what I'm saying? What could happen after that? Because what America's done is it's fine-tuned business, man. Business now, you know what I'm saying? It's eliminated any option beyond risk. You know what I'm saying? They've made it a perfect society for men to focus on making money. They've made men into drones for making money, man, like never before. You know what I'm saying? They shaming guys for, a lot of the foreign men, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the foreign men, some that just came here, they open a store, they're doing their own business. A lot of them, haven't fallen for it yet. Some haven't fallen for it, but what they do now is they're shaming men. You're being shamed if you're not pursuing what they want you to pursue, man. The digits they want you to pursue, the business, the money, the income they want you to pursue. Because we have to have every American man pursue the highest level of riches and wealth possible, or that man is a failure. You know what I'm saying? If one of your homies came at you and say, yo, dude, I want to open a bakery, man. I just want to sell baked goods. That's it. That's my dream, man. I want to sell baked goods, some cookies, bread, whatever is baked, I want to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, oh man, his ambition is too low, man. He's a failure. He's a failure. He's a loser. And think about it. He wants to do something good. He's not selling drugs. He's not being a criminal. He just wants to open up a bakery and do what he wants to do, man. But nope, that's being advertised as a failure. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a failure. You know what I mean? So it's all about pushing a man to meet these standards. And a lot of men, like I said, it's going to be normalized, especially our feminized. Like I said, the future of manhood is the pink pill. The pink pilled man is the future. You know what I'm saying? You'll see hyper feminized men like never before. You know what I'm saying? Every year there's gonna be more feminized men, more than ever before. You know what I'm saying? Most celebrities you're watching are, most of your influencers are feminized men. Most of the guys you watch on YouTube are hyper feminized. You know what I'm saying? And think about it, a whole generation grew up watching them, watching a YouTuber have a meltdown, crying on a stream over nothing. You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole Gen Alpha, like Gen Alpha's gonna be wild, man. Gen Alpha's gonna be, it's gonna be a crazy ride, man. It's gonna be crazy to watch that, to witness it. You know what I mean? To witness a whole generation that's grown up on nothing but the internet. You know what I mean? They grew up on 4G, like their first phone they had access to, had all the apps, had the internet. They could watch everything. They grew up on absolute digital technology. Then all their influencers, all their idols were on YouTube, content creators, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you name it. All the people that influenced them were that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them speak on feelings. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel. Man, the Gen Alpha male, man, he might be, extremely emotional. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. I think Gen Alpha's gonna be the triggered generation. You know what I'm saying? You thought Gen Z was triggered. You know what I'm saying? You thought Gen Z could get triggered. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna be nothing compared to Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha's literally gonna be a walking trigger. What won't trigger the Gen Alpha? You know what I'm saying? What won't trigger the Gen Alpha male? But this is what's gonna happen, man. This happens when you're seeking success and you're seeking fulfillment in a society that doesn't want you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? The thing about being a man in the West is you can still get your business, you'll still make your money, man. Men aren't losing when it comes to the profit margins. Men have never lost when it came to money. You know what I'm saying? Resources, succeeding, men ain't gonna lose. You're not gonna see. I mean, even AI. Look at AI right now. It was made by a man. Open AI. You know what I mean? Men will keep succeeding and profiting. The problem that's gonna happen is you're gonna have all these men succeeding and profiting, but they're over emotional. You know what I'm saying? They can look. They can't just operate on logic anymore. And these men will be more self-destructive than ever before. I mean, you got to look at Tommy, the White Ranger, man. R.I.P. Tommy, man. Still hurts, man. When I think of that, when he used to say "Seek here," you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Tommy deleted himself in his late 40s, man. It's common. It's common to see that the Gen Xers, the millennials, they'll delete themselves at a later age. Like, let's say, you know what I'm saying? I don't have all the math with me, but I think the millennial, the Gen Xer usually averages like 30s to about their 40s or something. 30 to about 50 something or late 40s, they'll delete themselves. But imagine a generation of men that will basically delete themselves earlier. You know what I'm saying? They're so programmed and so hooked on emotional validation that they'll be deleting themselves a lot earlier. You know what I'm saying? I see Gen Z, and you've already seen it with a lot of celebrities from their generation just deleting themselves earlier and earlier. It used to be a rare thing when you'd see a musician like, die young. It used to be rare. You know what I'm saying? Of course you'd expect a rocker to die overdosing on coke or some drugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you'd expect that later in their time, probably around their late 20s to early 30s or something. But now, you know what I'm saying? Look at the pattern. Like, Mac Miller took his own life. Mac Miller took his life early. You know what I mean? I won't go into the simping details, you know what I'm saying? I won't go into the simp files. Mac Miller took his life early. Then you got, I forget, another rapper took his life early. One jumped off a damn roof. Then you had Juice World took his life in a plane. Then this other what is it, mumble rapper, SoundCloud rapper. And you're in a society where most rappers today are drug addicts, man. We're in a pro drug addict society where who isn't on drugs? You know what I'm saying? Who isn't hooked up on drugs? Just mentally can't function. I mean, you gotta remember the 80s and all that had kids on Ritalin, drugging them out, you know what I'm saying? Telling parents, your son's wrong with your son. He got too much energy. Instead of saying, dude, he got too much energy, he's got a lot of energy. You gotta keep him working. And I mean, he's got a damn near infinite amount. I had a homie of mine, man. I had a homie of mine, yo, he had the juice, man. He was like a machine. We'd play basketball, he's not tired, man. And I mean, we played a whole round of basketball. Like me, I wouldn't be tired during the game. But once I stopped, bam, once I stopped playing, then, the body just, I'm tired now. But this dude would stop playing ball, you know what I'm saying, wash up, and he's doing something else, man. His energy was just insane. He was that fucking Duracell. No, not Duracell. He was the Energizer Bunny, man. Some dudes is that Energizer, man. They just keep going and going. And he was functional. He was super smart dude, man. You know, just had the juice, man. He had the energy, bro. He could keep going. You know what I'm saying? But that they drugged them all up. So to me, man, this is why I say ghosting is gonna be inevitable. That ghosting will be full-time ghosting will be it is the only choice. You know what I'm saying? Being able to ghost and being able to be unattached will be a man's saving grace because it's the only point of freedom you have. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to detach from it and admit that, yo, you're not in control of this. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make these decisions. So a lot of men will be ghosting like never before. And I'll be dropping the Casper pill 3.0 because man, ghosting domestically, that's all fun and all that stuff, but when you realize, what I'm saying, when you realize to take ghosting to damn near its highest level, when you understand that, what I'm saying, you not having options to compare the world at your footsteps, you know what I'm saying? That means you never really made your full decision. Like, I'll give you an example. This is like a preview of the Casper Pill 3.0. You got to ask yourself, You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself this, man, wherever you were born. Let's say you were born in America, Mexico, wherever you were born. You know what I'm saying? How can you honestly say, man, how can you honestly say that, yo, man, this is who I am, this is what I've made, my decisions, this is who I am, this is my nationality, this is my culture, when you never had to, you never had the world at your footsteps. Your decision was not made by comparing the options through the whole world. You know what I'm saying? How can you honestly say you are who you are when you never had to make the decision based on being able to access the world? You know what I'm saying? So how can you be attached to anywhere? You know what I'm saying? How can you be attached to anything anywhere when you've never compared it to the whole world? You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand the world is huge, man. The world is huge, and you gotta think your decisions of who you are, what you value. You know what I'm saying? It's technically a lie. It's technically a lie who you are and who you value, what you are, because it's never been tested against the world. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite meal, like how do you really know what's your favorite meal when you've never tasted or compared all the food in the world? You know what I'm saying? How can you even tell what you are culturally when you've never compared it to the culture of the world? This is why ghosting will be the ultimate form of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you realize the complete truth that you never had a choice, you know what I'm saying? You never made a choice based on the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Your options, you made your choice based on whatever's the closest thing you could access. You know what I'm saying? So if you were born in America, the only culture you had to choose from is American culture. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has a domesticated mind will say, oh man, that's huge. That's a big choice. No, it's not, man. That ain't comparing your options in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's not comparing your options to the world. And if you compare your options to the world and it's something you can never truly accomplish. No man has ever been able to just say, yo, I had the world at my fingertips and I made my decision. I made my decision based on my global experience. No man has ever done that. No man has ever existed that's been able to say, yo, I've seen the entire world. I've seen all cultures in this world, and the decisions I'm making are based on that experience. No man has ever done that. So that means none of your decisions you're making, none of the stuff you're attached to, it doesn't make any sense because you honestly can't say it's been tested on a global scale. You know what I'm saying? Your character, who you are, all that stuff. Like, how is that who you truly are? You know what I'm saying? This is why ghosting will inevitably take over, man. Most men will start ghosting because another thing is this, like I said, men work and men don't care about, they're training men. I mean, a lot of men have been feminized and trained. Why doesn't my job ever tell me they love me there? Why can't my supervisor give me a hug? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of men going through that process of being feminized and seeking emotional validation. But the majority of men don't give a damn, man. You know what I'm saying? I go to work, as long as I get my check, whatever, man. I don't care if no one was nice to me, man. What does that have, what does that have to do with resources and me getting paid? You know what I'm saying? You don't care about the emotional validation. You know what I'm saying? That's what will lead more men to ghosting than ever before. as more men, especially the millennial men, I say the millennials and late Zoomers, the late Zoomers. You know what I'm saying? The Zoomers that are like 25 right now, they're late. The late Zoomer that was born in like 90, 91, 94. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be that way. Oh, Spec was good, man. You know what I mean? Thank God for good weather and health. Oh yeah, yo, Spec, I'm gonna hit you up, man. My bad for that, cause man, I'm gonna start hopping back on stereo. We gotta get back on that. I'm gonna hit you up. I gotta give you my number, man. Give you I'll send you my business number. You know what I'm saying? We'll chop it up. But still perfecting the ghosting life. Yeah, yeah. Well, ghosting, man, it's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think, oh man, I'm talking this ghosting perspective like I perfected it. It's hard to perfect, man. It's hard to perfect the lifestyle when your whole life you've been told to be solid. Think about it. Our whole life we've been told you have to, especially as a man. Like as a man, we're told to suffer. Like everything we're told to do is based on suffering. Oh man, you haven't done anything until you suffered. Like what? Yo man, you gotta accept accountability. What? You know what I'm saying? You gotta save this, this woman. It ain't her fault. You gotta be a good man. Everything a man has been taught is how to be solid. You know what I'm saying? How to be solid. Like our whole life, before simping, our whole life we've been told to be solid, man. Be solid, stand two toes down. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fight for everything instead of accepting what things are, man. Accepting that, yo, man, this is how the system is, man. It isn't changing. It will not change. And you're not a coward for saying accepting it. You know what I'm saying? We have been trained our entire life as men to be solid. You know what I'm saying? That's why this ghosting, when I talk to certain guys and I'm like, yo, man, this ghosting shit, man, it's freedom, bro. You have to be unattached. You have to have zero attachments, zero emotion when making your decision. You got to prioritize your freedom above all. And you got to understand that you're not wrong for being selfish. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being selfish. You know what I'm saying? A person that's truly selfish is probably one of the best people. Somebody that's truly selfish will not want to be, they don't want you to get in their way and they don't want to get in your way because getting in your way will limit them living their own fucking life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things been happening where they trained us. Our whole life we've been trained that, yo, as a man, your manhood is defined by how solid you are, by how willing you are to stay during destruction. You know what I'm saying? Even masculinity. I mean, the advertisement of masculinity now, I've been telling guys, yo, it isn't toxic masculinity when a man goes to war. It isn't toxic masculinity when that man died saving some lives in a burning house. It isn't toxic masculinity when that man drowned in the flood saving some kids or some civilians. It isn't toxic masculinity when it's women and children first. You know what I'm saying? It isn't toxic masculinity when the man volunteers to place his life on the line. You know what I'm saying? So the narrative they're basically sending is that the time you're your most optimal in positivity as a man is when you place your life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Place your life on the line. Even though they're feminizing men or whatever, they're still telling these men that the greatest thing they can do is die a hero, man. You know what I'm saying? Die a hero, fight for what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? All that fucking hopeful talk. You know what I mean? All that hopeful talk. And then guys like me come telling you, nah, man, you gotta learn to go through things. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by go through, I'm not saying suffer and you're gonna get stronger. No, I'm telling you, like a ghost, man, you must be able to go through everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I mean? Your goal in life has to be able to go through things, to no longer be solid. You know what I'm saying? To be a ghost, man. To be a ghost is to no longer value being solid. And it's you know what I mean? I myself am still trying to do that, whatever, you know what I mean? It's a hard path to choose that, to go against what you've been trained your whole life. As a man, we've been trained to be solid, man. Solid as a rock, man. You know what I'm saying? Your whole manhood is based on being solid. You know what I'm saying? So when someone comes and tells you, no, man, it's not about being solid. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee was partially right when Bruce Lee told you to be like water. But the problem with being like water is water can be bottled. You know what I'm saying? Water can be bottled. Water can be frozen solid. You know what I'm saying? So being like water is limited. You know what I'm saying? Water is a limitation. So when Bruce Lee told you, you must be like water, you must flow and all that. No, man, water can be made solid. Water can be frozen. Being like liquid is weakness. You know what I'm saying? Being water is weakness, man. But being a ghost, you know what I'm saying? Being able to mentally get your mind to the situation where you're all about going through everything. You're all about going through anything. You're all about no longer being solid. You're about, it's hard for people to grab hold of you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to get access to you, man. And even if they get access to you, it's extremely hard for them to keep you. You know what I'm saying? That's what being a ghost is about, man. You know what I'm saying? The ghosting process is freedom, man. It's the ultimate state of freedom, is to be able to go through everything. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Water is weakness, man, because water, like I said, water can be bottled. You can bottle water. You could freeze water. You know what I'm saying? You can even keep water in a state between liquid and solid. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Slush? Water can be controlled, man. But the ghost, nah, man. You can't bottle a ghost. You can't make a ghost solid. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. You know what I mean? A ghost goes through objects, and once your mind is about that, it's all about, yeah, man, I gotta be able to go through anything. You know what I'm saying? Like a ghost. Yeah, phase. Yeah, I think that's what they call it. A ghost can phase through walls. I gotta base my life on being able to phase through anything. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the ability to phase through it. It's not about me facing it head on, suffering and being solid. It's about being able to phase through it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not losing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Once you're a ghost, like, think about it. Think about that family member you can't get access to and you can't control. Now all of a sudden, that's the family member everybody's trying to reach to. Everybody's trying to get hold of them. Everybody's trying to get them. You know what I'm saying? When you're not reachable, now everybody wants to touch you. Everybody wants to touch you. Everybody wants to control you and try to manipulate, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't. There's no point in trying to manipulate you and control you when you're solid, when you're easily touched. You know what I'm saying? You're a physical being. When you're physical, it's easy. Just figure out what will control you, man. They'll get you based on your standard of living and all that. You know what I'm saying? But once you're like, yeah, man, everything's about my ability to phase through everything. It's all about my freedom. Everything. You know what I'm saying? The number one choice in my life is the ability to be mobile. You know what I mean? Mobility. The ability to be nomadic. Nothing is above me being nomadic. You know what I'm saying? That level of freedom, man. You know what I mean? Few men will ever reach that level. And you know what I mean? And I think a lot of men in general, they're gonna ghost anyway. And a lot of men are experiencing different levels of ghosting. Some men are reaching that level, that mental point. A lot of men are reaching mental levels where they just don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about anything. You know what I'm saying? You see all these what they call it, all these Call of Duties happening in schools. You know what I'm saying? All the Call of Duties happening in schools. You know what I'm saying? When you think about things, when you're aware of how broken a family is, when you're aware of the right to bear arm laws, when you're aware of the lack of fathers and all that, when you're aware of the problems with the system, and you hear another Call of Duty at a school, another Call of Duty happening at a mall and all that stuff, you're like, I mean, what do you expect to happen? You know what I mean? Well, what did you expect to happen? So a lot of men are becoming numb to things anyway. You know what I'm saying? And as more men accept what's happening, because this society's demanding men be either this, man. You either ghost, you got a choice to make, man. You know what I'm saying? You either ghost or suffer, man. It's really what it is. Because you can't have a personal life anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't have a personal life. A lot of men now are succeeding based on their money. And another thing you got to look at is, if you look at the majority of guys, I've been noticing this, is that you look at all these guys with startups and businesses, a lot of them are single. A lot of these guys are bachelors. And like I've been saying, a lot of your favorite YouTubers and who you watch, beyond the mind grift, a lot of these guys are single. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are single, and a lot of other men are evolving and saying, well, I ain't gonna end up like him. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait here for the return of the virtuous woman, the return of the laws getting better. Nah, man, I'm out. So a lot of men are really unplugging anyway, you know what I'm saying? And they're ghosting anyway. A lot of men are realizing it's either I ghost or they take me, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's happening. And I think a lot of this ghosting is gonna lead to a lot of men. They're more detached than ever before. Like men, even around your family. I mean, even around your family, you're wary of talking. You know what I'm saying? I told a lot of guys, man, a few streams ago that, it was the Black Pill 4.0 stream. Like, I realized that, yeah, man, you're in a work environment. Your entire nation, when you're in an anti-male society, it's a work environment. You know what I'm saying? The entire place is a work environment. The only difference is it's a casual work environment. You know what I'm saying? So once you view your country like that, it's a work environment, man. This is just a work environment and I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize that, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, yeah, nah, dog, you can't talk to your family, man. Because your family, the majority of them are part of that propaganda anyway. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys are realizing, man, it's a work environment. Subconsciously, I realized it subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? A few streams ago, probably over a year ago, I said, yeah, man, you're always working. Even the homeless are working because you have to live up to this society's standards. You know what I'm saying? PC culture. Like, why do I have to be politically correct when I'm not a fucking politician? I'm not a politician, so why do I have to be politically correct? You know what I'm saying? This is how crazy it is, man. So a lot of men are realizing, yeah, man, even if I'm politically correct, they could say I'm overtly politically correct. You know what I'm saying? My existence is toxic anyway. So a lot of men are plugging out and getting out of the system to begin with, and a lot of men, and ghosting, like I said, ghosting's gonna spread. And you could tell, like, they just released a movie called Ghosting. You know what I'm saying? But they made fun of it. They switched the role. The role Chris Evans is playing. Chris Evans, who's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Who's an idiot. That guy's a damn idiot, man. You played Captain America. You know what I'm saying? This is how feminized the average man is. You look at Chris Evans, you played Captain America, and then you play a movie where you play a simp. who flew overseas, who, you know what I'm saying, is getting saved by some woman who has no superpowers, who's skinny as hell, beating up grown men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of actors now, they're so feminized, they don't even know that you got a certain perception. If you played an action star, there's certain movies you can never play again. You can never play an overly vulnerable man. You know what I'm saying? Especially feminized. You look at Will Smith, man. After what Will Smith did to Chris Rock, man, and then the entanglements and all that, he destroyed his character. I can't picture Will Smith as an action hero or a man of a stoic man, a man of, you know what I mean, stability, a leader. Nah. That whole image of Will Smith from Independence Day gone. Will Smith to me, man, after what happened with him and Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock, the cheating, the feminization of him, man, it became that everything he's done was a lie. He was extremely far from it. All the movies he played, he literally played the reverse of who he is, man. He's not as confident as he was in you know what I'm saying? Will Smith will be the last person you would expect to survive an apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Independence Day, Men in Black, Bad Boys. Any movie he played where he was strong and a leader, you're like, nah, no way in hell he could do that in real life. He's fragile. He's soft. I mean, look at this shit, man. One of the homies set me up. One of the homies gave me this. Look at this.
Only a man knows what a man needs.
You know what I mean? So, he lost his whole character and who he is, man. You know, but to me, with what's going on, man, with this stream, I do it once in a while, is that you gotta understand, man, a lot of men are realizing, they're learning the hard way, man. It's become, if you don't ghost, man, you will be destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Be it mentally, psychologically, you know what I'm saying? Because what's happening in this society now is it's money, man. All you have now for the man in the West when it comes to is money. And even that, when you're trying to make your money, there's so many ways they can take that money away from you. You know what I'm saying? There's so many pitfalls and traps for you to lose your money. You know what I'm saying? So even if you make your money, man, there's so many traps waiting for you, man. You know what I mean? The way the West has become is you make your money here and you figure out a way to, you know what I'm saying, work here. Still you might do some business here and there, but you're no longer here on a yearly level. You're not here every year anymore. You're not even you're here maybe weekly. Once a week you're here. You know what I'm saying? Once a week you're here, but you're not here to, live here on a monthly level. Nah, man. You're in and out. A lot of men now, with the way the West is, have realized, yeah, man, you got to travel. You have to travel. And, it could be as easy as traveling to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are realizing that, yeah, man, the West now is about, yo, you make your money, but be aware that you ain't going to keep it. You ain't going to keep it here. You know what I mean? The pitfalls are set up. You bump into the wrong person. You don't say a person's correct gender pronouns, you could lose all your money. You know what I'm saying? You can get a lawsuit right there. You know what I'm saying? Just picture that, man. You're worth over $1 million and you lost $1 million in a lawsuit because you said the wrong gender pronoun. You know what I'm saying? You said the wrong gender pronoun and you lost over $1 million in a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening here, man. So a lot of men are realizing this and a lot of men are adapting, because at the end of the day, man, all this stress, all this suffering for what? Like, yo, they don't want you here, dog. You're toxic masculinity, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're toxic masculinity, why are you trying to invest in so-called happiness and all this crap in a country where you're toxic masculinity? They're already advertising them in. I mean, the government has realized a smart plan, man, to make men as efficient as possible. You can't have they've set it up where having a family here is high risk. And then what they do is they turn these men from America to going overseas. So you can spread that Americanism. You know what I'm saying? What you like to eat, the sports, what I'm saying? The best way to spread your nation's way of thinking is proxy. So they've set up a lot of American men. There's a lot of American men traveling to other countries, you know what I'm saying, and spreading that Americanism, you know what I'm saying, further. You know what I'm saying? Some countries are watching basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's their second favorite sport, but let an American come there. Now you can talk to an American who grew up where, he doesn't think of soccer. He thinks of basketball, football. He's an American. Then he spreads it. Then you're overseas and now they're cooking what the hell is that pie that it's a pie that's stuffed. I forget its name. Damn, what the fuck is the name of that pie? It's stuffed with meat and chicken in it. You know what I'm saying? Then out of nowhere, you're in a place in India. Pot, yeah, I think it's called chicken pot pie. You're in India and they cooking chicken pot pie, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you've infected them with your Americanism. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, man. You know what I mean? They already know the American man. The American man is business, man. It's an entrepreneur hybrid. You know what I'm saying? The Americanized man is all about being an entrepreneur to the point where, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So the American man, is entrepreneurship, man. And they'll spread that. They want you to go overseas and spread it. Because the thing about this, man, you got these lesser pillars telling you, oh, you go overseas, you gave up. Nah, man, I've been saying this for over 4 years, man. America's got a base all over the world. They got military bases in I forget the name of that word, but they got military bases all over, Why wouldn't they want more Americans all over the world? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You're more efficient at spreading the country than the military through fear and such, you know? So to me, man, you got to understand, man, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's being promoted, deleting. Deleting's becoming something. But the men that will overcome it will be the men that realize that, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know what they want, you know, and I know one thing they don't want is they don't want me here. You know what I'm saying? They want me to spread it. You got to look at being an American like kind of like a soldier. They're going to deploy you to other countries. What they do is they make you as efficient up here as making money as possible, realizing it's high risk to have a family here. I mean, look at the passport bro situation. Before I can end the stream, look at the passport bro situation. You got a lot of American men flying overseas, which is good. Nothing wrong with it. Great. But think about it. You got a lot of American men going overseas, starting families overseas, and breeding more Americanized men. So you're spreading America overseas by literally making the men here volunteer, because it's become so bad up here for them to start a family and actually live that American dream that to live it, they got to go overseas, man. You know what I'm saying? Spreading it. You know what I'm saying? Because the best, like Sun Tzu said, man, Sun Tzu in his book, the greatest victory is won by not fighting at all. Not fighting at all. So how do you do that, man? You have your men go to that other country, man. Of course, they bring resources, they bring money, but what that other country doesn't see happening is, you know what I'm saying? Let's say one section of the Philippines. Let's say a section of the Philippines, there's a town where there's nothing but Americans, man. They're Americanizing it over and over and over and over to the point where you go to that Philippines town and you're like, man, is this Jersey? Is this New York? Because everything here is home. You know what I'm saying? And it's spreading it. Then those locals grew up idolizing American celebrities anyway. So yeah, it's happening, man. It is happening, man. And you know, even the Hollywood thing, that'll be another stream, but Hollywood shows you, you know, I'd say this, look at Hollywood. Hollywood, for example, a lot of Hollywood films are making more money overseas than they are making it domestically. And that's kind of telling you the path the American man will be going. As more male celebrities up here aren't as valued. You know, Brad Pitt, if Brad Pitt walks around here, people are like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's Brad Pitt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of leftist crap. He said a lot of BS. We don't care for him like that. But let Brad Pitt go to China. Let Brad Pitt go to the Philippines. He's seen as like a god. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the American celebrity is gonna be based overseas. You know what I'm saying? Overseas, man. If you look at Hollywood success and look at the American man going overseas. That's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because the American man's worth is being more valued overseas than domestically. Because, you know, the way America works is like a factory. You know, anybody comes here, they could turn you to an American. You know what I'm saying? They could turn you. So even if they lose men leaving the country, the men that come here, they'll be Americanized anyway. Then they'll travel overseas and the process continues, you know. But man, you know, I want to thank everybody for showing up. You know, I had to do this stream because, you know, once a month we gotta do it, man. We gotta talk. And like I said, man, reach out to your fellow man, man. If you got a cousin, you got a brother you haven't talked to in a while, a friend from high school, college, yo, just shoot them a call, man. Just shoot that person a call. Just ask them how they are, man. Just say, yo, what's good? How you doing, man? How you been? That's it. Check up on them, man, because I'd say, man, the next 5 to 10 years, man, you're gonna be losing a lot of your male friends, man. Either they're traveling, they're leaving the country, or it's gonna be they're deleting themselves. Because a lot of men, man, it's become too normalized as an option to delete yourself. So if I'm you, and I've seen it with my own eyes, man. I've seen close friends and relatives. I've seen a lot of people delete themselves or mention deleting themselves as an option. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that, you know, graduated high school and college, and man, some Facebook posts are, yeah, man, he deleted himself. You know what I'm saying? Remember what's the name from high school or college? Yeah, he deleted himself. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming normal. And a lot of people don't get the side effects of deletion. You know, I almost forgot it. The side effects. The dangerous side effect of deletion is living. Like if you've lived through it, now it becomes an option for you. Like, man, you know, I might miss my brother. I might miss my best friend. I mean, he did it. You know, he deleted himself. So why can't I do it? It becomes an option, man. You got to understand it's a domino effect. You know, if someone died, you know, getting shot at in a gang or whatever, You know what I'm saying? That's their lifestyle. You don't want to live that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But if someone deleted themselves and you're like, you could still live your lifestyle and deleted yourself. You know what I'm saying? It becomes an option. A lot of people aren't talking about the domino effect deletion has, man. When someone deletes themselves, it actually implants that as an option for the person that survived. The person that survived, now it's in the back of their mind like, oh man, my cousin deleted himself, man. He faced his issues. Man, I'm at that point where I want to delete myself and I still could go out living my life the way I lived. You know what I'm saying? It becomes an option in the back of those people's minds. You know what I'm saying? Deletion causes a very, delayed. It might be a delayed dominoes effect, a delayed option. Because, it's going to impact that person's mind. Because, like I said, unlike somebody getting shot and killed because of their lifestyle, if you delete yourself, you don't have to change your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, I'd say, man, call your family members, man. Call your friends, man. Just check up on them because that's in the back of their mind. In the back of their mind, that's an option. Deletion is an option in the back of their minds. You know what I'm saying? Just give a checkup. Just call like, yo, man, what's up with you? All right, you cool? You good? Don't even bring it up. Just check up on that person because, man, it has a dominoes effect. And it might even affect you too, man. You might not even be aware, or you might be aware because a part of you might be thinking in the back of your mind that that's an option, man. I lost my, I lost my cousin through deletion. I lost my best friend through deletion. Mm, you know, you know what? That might be an option. I might get to see them. I miss them. I'm telling you, man, there's a side effect to surviving a deletion. Because when you survive it, in the back of your head, it becomes an option, and you got to deal with that, man. You might have to, what I'm saying, therapy wise, I'd say, man, you got to make sure. I'd say try to talk to somebody overseas. I don't know, man. To me, if it's in the back of your head, you might have to talk to somebody, but you got to be careful. You got to look for certain trigger words. They bring up gender, they bring up all this bullshit. That person can't help you. You know what I'm saying? And another thing you might have to face is you might have to face accepting that this will always be an option in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the scams of a therapy at times, and like I said, I'm not a licensed therapist or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes, oh, the closet. Oh man, the closet. Well, I mean, we know that. We know the closet is, that's an, people gonna go that way anyway. I mean, that's been informed. That's been pushed on men. Just to sidetrack a little, the closet's been pushed on men anyway because they're saying that's the least way you could be toxic. If you don't want to be a toxic masculine man, what you could do is go to the closet or transition. That's being pushed as a narrative. You know what I'm saying? But to get back on point is this, man. You have to understand that you might have to live with that in the back of your head. In the back of your head, that is an option to delete yourself, man. It might be something you'll have to live with for the rest of your life. It's like post-traumatic stress disorder, man. You can't forget. You can't forget what you've been through if you went through what you went through in the military. You gotta live with it. You gotta learn to live with that. You know what I'm saying? So if you saw someone delete themselves, man, it's gonna be a part of your life forever because that's an option you never thought of, and you never wanted to do. But after seeing it, the amount of promotion, it's gonna be something in the back of your head, man. Something you'll have to live with. That might be an option in the back of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, Nezzy Nez. What works for some people is to keep your mind busy, find a hobby, and to tone out the mainstream content. Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing Nezzy Nez brought up, man, I'm gonna end it with that, is that you have to cut out a lot of things, man. One thing I've cut out is, man, I don't watch romantic comedies anymore, man. There's some stuff you have to cut out. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta realize men used to be, yo, man, I'm gonna watch this. You know, you'll watch a comedy movie, but you won't watch it. Certain movies aren't for you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a man acting, but it's for the women. So there's a lot of things, like the homie Nezzy Nez said, you gotta cut out. Because a lot of men just think, well, you know, I know about simping, I know about this stuff, but you're still listening to a lot of pro simping stuff. You're still listening to a lot of stuff that's deteriorating your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's pushing you towards the negative. So you got to also learn, you got to cut out certain things in your life, man. And you might, in the other things, you might have to cut out certain people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like me right now, in the West, if I listen to a love song, I listen to it as fiction. You know what I'm saying? High fiction. That's what I look at it as. High level fiction. You know what I mean? I don't listen to that, you know, them R&B songs as anything logical in the West. If I listen to it, you know what I mean? Some of them I can't listen to them at all, you know, because when I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? I was never a Drake fan anyway, but Drake has a song where he literally, that song he first released called You the Fucking Best. Listen, if you hear the lyrics from You the Fucking Best, man, where he said he'd sit in line and he'd beg for it, he'd wait for it, it's insane, man. The simping, Drake is like a simping idol. You know what I'm saying? If you had to build a symbol, the most influential level of simps ever, Drake is on the pedestal of probably top five simps ever, man. You know, celebrity simps of all time. The funny thing about Drake is he singed about simping, and then, yo, his first son is a stripper, man. You know what I'm saying? First son is a stripper, dog. You know what I mean? So you got to cut out certain things, man. Because the thing is, you got to understand this. This is why my stream, man, certain people, man, if you in the closet, yo, I ain't letting you join the stream, dog. You got to get the fuck out of here. Certain people, I keep them out because I'm like, man, we're already dealing with this shit on television. We got the television telling you to be closeted, telling you to be a simp all day. Well, why the fuck would I bring a simp on my, you know, I'm not gonna feature a simp or do certain things, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. But like I said, man, check up on your friends, man. But other than that, man, it's been Hold the Truth Hostage, man. I hope this stream helped a lot of men dealing with the notion of potential deletion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a major issue, man. I'm telling you, man, the next 5 to 10 years, you're gonna lose a lot of people to this, you know, because what's crazy about the deletion thing, it's become potentially 2 out of 10 men and 1 out of 5 are doing it openly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're hearing deletion when you go at the bar. That's insane. You go to the bar and you hear people talk about it. But you know, it's been Hold the Truth Hostage, man, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. Peace.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that